Hey students and parents, in this video we're talking about multiplying decimals by decimals. The previous video showed decimals by whole numbers. This one we're going to be expanding on the same strategy or same skill we talked about last time. It's standard multiplication, but with this time with two decimals. Here are the two examples we're going to be working with. We're going to start with this example over here. As you can see, much like the last time, we counted the places behind the decimals. Last time it only had one decimal. This time we have two decimals. So the places behind, I'm just going to pull out, and we have twice here and twice there. When you add those up, it's going to be 4. We're going to eventually put the decimal back in 4 times after we do all the multiplication. So let's go ahead with that. Well, thankfully we have a 0 here, so everything we multiply is going to be zeros. So I'm just going to do zeros across the board, and then we're going to start on the next line because we're done with that 0. So 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13. And now we're going to have two placeholders because we're pushing it over to the hundredths place, or once we pull the decimals out, the hundredths place, so the third place in. So 2 times 5 is, once again, 10. Then we have 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And then 2 times 3 is 6. We're going to add these up. 0, 0, 0, 8, 7. And once again, we're going to eventually put the decimal back in 4 times. This is the time. So once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So our answer is 7 and 8,010,000ths, or just 7 and 8/10. On to the next example. We have 0 and 37/100ths times 4 and 4/10. Much like the last example, we're multiplying two decimals. This time, we're going to count the numbers behind the decimal place, just like we did the last time, but this time they're not going to be the same number. They're going to be 2 and 1. And when we add those up, we get 3. Okay? So we're going to eventually put the decimal back in 3 times. So we're just going to multiply it the same way we would normally. So 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Now we're going to have a placeholder because we're done with that 4, moving over to this spot. 4 times 7 is 28. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. 4 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Okay, we'll add these up. 0 plus 8 is 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 6, and then 1 there. Now we're going to put the decimal back in 3 times, once, twice, 3 times, and we get our answer of 1 and 628,000ths. Once again, another very short video with two examples, but hopefully that helps you, just making sure you know to take both those decimals out to eventually put them back in. Very important not to just drop the decimal right back down. Notice on the second example, we didn't even line up the decimal places, which is also very important to know. So notice that as you're going through your reviews and things like that when working on problems that involve multiplying two decimals. So with that, we'll be on to the next video. See you then.